to your left. Well, now do we get a McQuaid timeout? No, it's an official timeout. All right, so we're going to put a few seconds back up. 19.5. That should read.
First night using the new scoreboard.
Nice, bright new scoreboard. Mangoni. Right. Mangoni toward the end zone, and he throws it away. Yeah, and the clock is all messed up here. I knew when they put 195 up there, like, hold the... So we're going to have to figure this out here. Anybody that wants to write in there about how much time. I'm going to guess there's 10 seconds remaining, and they keep this down on the field as well. So what you're seeing on our screen is tied into the Rush-Henrietta scoreboard. There we go. Well, that's a break for RH because they had 19.5 before. That did not take 0.6 seconds. Here's going to be the play to the end zone. Looking for Brown, and it's just out of reach. Good no call by the officials there. Brown, once again, the intended receiver, looking for his second tonight. And Anthony Camarella has been in a lot of places, the reserve defensive back here on the coverage.
You can see Brown looking for the pass interference at the end of it. A little bit of a push there. No turning of the head for...
No, I think it's just a good non-call
for Camarella. So, yeah. I agree.
Yeah. 15 seconds remaining. It's third down. Mangoni trying to use his legs to buy some time. Mangoni rolls to his right, throws across his body, and it's nearly intercepted. Broken up, pass incomplete. This to bring up fourth down.
That's Xavier Cox with the near pick. The junior corner for McQuaid. Team captain is a junior, so part of the leadership group that's going to help usher in next year's McQuaid Knights and the following years. They've got a great program built here with lots of veteran leadership.
So Rush-Henrietta is going to go for the field goal attempt. Toppers to hold. This will be from 35 yards out, ball on the left hash. Spot down, the kick is up. And that's through. How about that? Give it up for Brandon Mangoni.
What can't he do, Gene?
Mangoni, and that gives us a reason to show you the new LED lights here at Kleemann Field.
I feel like Mangoni just hit a home run. Impressive.
Yeah, we're at Yankee Stadium. It's all going off here. 9 plays, 64 yards. And remember, when Marv Levy would say, you made a great defensive play, he would go over and tell the person, hey, these points are yours. And you got to say those points belong to Giot Perry for that big breakup on fourth down.
Yeah. And boy, for Rush-Henrietta, a little bit of a victory here, getting points before the half, keeping it within, a touchdown now gives them the lead. What can this defense do as the second half gets underway here shortly to slow down McQuaid, who's had their way, save for one drive so far this evening?
And that last drive was the one that got stopped. So maybe Rush-Henrietta is starting to figure it out here. 20-16. And a game danger, quite frankly, it feels like it should be wider. So again, that's credit to RH here, this margin. Mangoni, another kickoff brought to you by USA Insulation. It's going to be the squib kick. And will they let the timer off? No. 1.6 remaining on the clock. And then hopefully we will be talking to Bobby Bates right after this before we go to break. Our sideline reporter Kevin Roche tonight. And I would think this is just one kneel down. Rush-Henrietta, they can jog back to their own locker room if they want. It's that close here at Sperry High School. And there's the kneel down, and we have reached the end of the first half. 20-16 in a game where everything we hoped for is actually coming true here tonight so far.
Yeah, you have McQuaid with the early 14-0 lead, and Rush-Henrietta scratching back into it. Big stop at as we were nearing the end of the first half. Rush-Henrietta able to get that 35-yard field goal to draw within 4.
We send it downstairs. Standing by with head coach Bobby Bates and McQuaid is Kevin Rush.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Coach, you wanted to improve your first down efficiency in this game. You certainly did that, scoring on 3 of the first 4 drives. What's been working for that offense through the air and on the ground?
Our guys did a good job, and that was a big thing that we talked about all week was winning first down. Did a good job establishing the run. That was another goal of ours. And, now they're starting to mix up some pressures and their alignments. So we're going to go right now. We're going to make some adjustments. All right, we got a couple ideas of what we want to do. But, no, all in all, good efficiency with that. We got to come up and make some stops defensively, and we'll be all right. Guys are playing hard, all right? And they're a good football team. They're well coached.
How do you adjust there defensively? A couple times Rush-Henrietta has gotten guys behind your defense, and they've been running the ball pretty good the last couple drives.
Sure have. We got to get in our lane fits and make sure we're doing a good job with that. And like I said to you guys the other night, we got to make sure we play the ball in the air a little bit. So, but all in all, I'm happy with their effort. I'm happy with the way they're going. We got a half of football. It's a great football game. It's a great night. This is a great place. They did an awesome job with the stadium, so I'm excited about it.
Best of luck in the second half. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
Gene?
Thank you, Kevin. Head coach Bobby Bates at McQuaid. The Knights leading the Royal Comets 20-16. It's the law offices of William Attar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group here on CW Rochester.
Local business is at the heart of every community. But lately, you're seeing a lot less local and a lot more corporate. But Ide Volkswagen is still locally owned. So when you do business with us, not only are you supporting a local family-owned business, but you're also supporting the hundreds of charities, sports teams, events, and organizations that we take part of in your community. So if you're in the market for a vehicle or service, please visit us at Ide Volkswagen in East Rochester. We're here, we're local, and we'd love to earn your business.
Don't settle for a less than perfect yard. Now is the time for change. Build your dreams today by enhancing the beauty and safety of your home with a new fence, porch, or deck from the Vinyl Outlet. Take advantage of our 60-60-60 sale. Get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60 months no interest financing or 60% off installation. A lifetime warranty is included. Act today. It's the best time to save on your new fence, deck, or porch. Schedule your appointment now.
Let us transform your home. Move your body. Move your body.
Should have called Kangaroo.
Yeah, give us a call. Kangaroo. We hop to it.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series is coming to the CW.
He's going to go for the lead.
It all begins in Bristol.
This is his race.
When Dale Earnhardt Jr. joins the field.
I love this racetrack.
Against the series' top drivers in a final playoff tune-up.
It's about to get crazy.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series, special Friday edition. Live this week starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the CW.
You're watching the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Platinum HVAC, the best at what we do.
At Werner Kleemann Field tonight, McQuaid with the 20-16 lead here as we're at the half on Friday Night Rivals, presented by the law offices of William Attar. Time now to introduce you to this week's O Scholar athletes here on the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Layla McLean is this year's nominee from Rush-Henrietta. She participates in soccer, basketball, and track. Now, in addition to managing an advanced course load, Layla finds time to volunteer at the University of Rochester Medical Center, assisting with patient transport. Bryce Weber is McQuaid Scholar Athlete, 3-year starter on football. Bryce also competes in track and field. He leads the executive council for his senior class, and in the community participates in Christmas Angels, a gift distribution program for city schools. The Scholar Athlete program recognizes students who achieve both on and off the field. At the end of the season, one winner will be selected to receive a $5,000 scholarship to the school of their choice. We're grateful to O Heating and Cooling for their generous support of the Scholar Athlete program. We go downstairs once again to Kevin Roche.
All right, Gene, thanks so much. Here with the Director of Athletics for Rush-Henrietta, Jeff Owens. We appreciate your time. What a night for this community at this beautiful new facility. It's been a long time coming. How does this facility and the other upgrades you've made here at Rush-Henrietta not only benefit all the student athletes, but their overall experience?
Just this experience, having a night game when families can get out to support their kids. And when you look at the crowd we have, it's kids who are 4th, 5th graders who will look to these kids and see the opportunities that they'll have in the future by being here on a Friday night. And it's not just about football. It's about a community. You know, we had a soccer game here the other night, and it was just alive and electric, and this community was ready for it.
Back in May, you put a poll out to the RH community looking for recommendations on what you should call this facility. Why was Werner Kleemann the natural fit for that name?
You know, I've been here 2 months as the Director of Athletics, and I have learned quickly how powerful of a man he was and the impact he had, not only on the students, but on the entirety of this community. It was a no-brainer to be named after Werner Kleemann, and you could just hear it in the power of the speeches reflecting on Werner's impact.
Joe Montesano talked with us earlier this week. This school, 1964, it opened up. This is the first night game that they've had. You've been around a lot of night games during your time in Section 5 at other school districts. What is the difference of a Friday night game under the lights?
It's about the entire community. When you have the entire community here supporting the atmosphere, the energy, it just takes it to a whole different level.
And speaking of a different level, touchdowns and scores by RH with the lights going on and off. Were you part of that decision?
We tried to keep it a secret. We didn't know if we could pull it off week 1, so we kept it a pretty good secret, and I think it was a good surprise for most of this group out here tonight.
Yeah, I think everyone enjoyed it. Jeff, appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Best of luck with the rest of the school year.
Thanks for being out here tonight.
Thank you. Gene?
Thank you, Kevin. As we'll have more coming up next. McQuaid up by 4. You're watching the Platinum HVAC halftime report here on the law offices of William Attar's Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester.
These challenging times, our dedicated team at American Custom continues to provide top quality installations to every customer. We apply attention to every detail. You can trust our team to make sure the job is done right. Call American today.
American.
He's at the 20, at the...
We fixed that. We fixed that. We fixed that too. Go, go, go!
Taken down at the 1-yard line.
We don't fix that.
Triple O will make you go, oh, oh, oh. Triple O.
Is water okay? Yeah, thank you.
Hello, Kangaroo.
Hi, thank you for calling Kangaroo.
Hello, Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Hi, what can I do for you today? Hello, Kangaroo.
I'm glad you called. Me too.
Yeah, give us a call. Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Wrongful death after a motor vehicle crash? The words say it all, but do not begin to capture the anguish, the suffering, and the loss. It's hard not to be emotional during a time like that. But that's exactly the time when you need someone to be clear-headed, eyes open, and know exactly what has to be done to protect survivors and to get some justice. That someone will be me, William Attar, when you call 444-4444.
Since 1986, American Custom has provided home improvements to the entire Rochester area.
Now is the season to replace your old windows and upgrade to better quality that will last.
Call American Custom. Let us make your home look like new again.
You're watching the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Platinum HVAC, the best at what we do.
You couldn't ask for a better night here tonight as we're at the half here on Friday Night Rivals as we go back down to field level once again to Kevin Roche.
All right, Gene, thanks so much. Joined by the principal of McQuaid Jesuit, John Serafine. John, let's start off with athletics. 5 straight AA championships for this football program. What does it say about the program? What does it say about what Bobby Bates has built at McQuaid?
Yeah, well, it's a special program with a great culture. It's hard to win one sectional, let alone 5. It doesn't happen by accident, right? A lot of hard work goes into that, and it's, success breeds success. And he's got kids that buy in and commit themselves year-round, and great staff, and just a wonderful bunch of kids who put in the time.
And you got a couple of lacrosse players from the state championship team passed in May on this group as well.
We do. They like to win. They're used to winning.
Yeah, absolutely. It is contagious at McQuaid. Only team to win in AA 5 in a row. They're looking for 6 this year. Back at the school, I know you do some things to get the students involved in the community. And back in January, you made a little challenge to your McQuaid community, grades 6 through 12, asking them to bring in over 10,000 pounds of food for a donation, and you would go on top of the school in January, and it was a terrible Rochester winter day. We didn't have a bad winter, but that day was terrible. And you worked the entire day from the roof of the school. Why'd you feel like you needed to do something like that to kind of get this going?
We're part of a Jesuit competition called the Great Ignatian Challenge, and I just basically said to our kids, let's up the challenge here a little bit. If they brought in 10,000 pounds of food, I would do something foolish. So I told them I'd work on a roof one day. So they moved my desk and chair, and ironically, they picked like the coldest day of the year. I think it was like 4 or 5 degrees. So, but it was well worth it. It was certainly worth it. And like I said, we collected 10,000 cans of food for the needy in Rochester. So
that's fantastic. Any plans to do it again this year?
We're going to do something. I'll do something equally as foolish. Not sure exactly what it is yet, but it'll be foolish.
I know you have some open houses coming for prospective students looking at McQuaid. What's one thing you stress to them about a McQuaid education?
Well, we try to work on the whole person. That's our motto. It's called Cura Personalis. We meet kids where they're at, and we challenge them. It's a rigorous academic program, and we ask them to do a lot. In the classroom and in the community. And so if you're ready for a challenge and, a discipline and held accountable, and it's a good place to be.
Well, we appreciate your time. Best of luck here tonight. Enjoy the rest of the game and have a great academic year as well.
Thank you for doing this, too. This is such a big thing for kids. They really enjoy it. It's so well done. So we appreciate that.
And we appreciate you. Gene?
Thank you, Kevin, and thanks to everybody here at RH and McQuaid tonight. What kind of moon is that?
That's the waxing gibbous, Gene.
So you learned something watching Friday Night Rivals here on CW Rochester.
I was at a corner one night when I see these lights come and a guy hits me head on. Every time I ask somebody about who should you use, time after time the name Celino came up. They make you feel like they really care, and they work due diligence to get things done. They're the best.
Hello? Hey, Joey, Grandpa's coming over. Hey, Mom, Grandpa's on his way over.
It's important that your garage door is working properly. Call Tracy Door Company for garage doors, openers, or service. 585-426-6060.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Light it.
Win it all. That is the culture.
Well, this question is wheelhouse for me. I'm going to crush this.
Let's go.
So good.
Let's go, Coach.
The Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
When you've been injured in a car crash, the only name to know is Celino. And the only number to know is 8. Get more in your pocket. Call 888-888-8888.
Car crash, call Celino.
Get ready to have a new best day of your life.
Show me something. This is a sensational season on the CW.
This
something about a woman putting in your place.
I've got a way of showing you what your next move's gonna be.
We are in
Football is back.
I'm Raven Simone. Welcome to Scrabble.
Let the pursuit begin.
You're watching the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Platinum HVAC, the best at what we do.
Well, teams warming up here as we're getting ready for the second half of action. Entertaining first half. McQuaid leading by 4, 20-16 here on Friday Night Rivals. As we take a look at the highlights of how we got to this point. Plenty of big plays on both sides, including one right off the get-go. It'd be Nesmith taking this 60 yards, outracing the defense. Nesmith is first of 2 tonight. Number 4 on his way to a big half here. Mangoni bouncing the feet, and he's going to run out of room. Antonio Darren. There's a candidate for our Vinyl Outlet defense play of the game. But it's going to be the running of number 4 that's going to be leading McQuaid, and eventually this drive will be capped off by the 1-yard keeper.
Will DeMarco plunging ahead to extend McQuaid's lead.
This is the big play. Special teams getting RH right back in the game as Perry, little stiff arm, looked like he could have been knocked out of bounds a bunch of times, gets it inside the 25, and then the big running back getting the job done. Justin Medina, touchdown RH. How about this? Beautiful play. And this is DeMarco directing traffic right on the run. Says, go right there. Finds his man. Nesmith on the wheel route. Touchdown. And then McQuaid, the defense, not able to bottle up number 2. Jaquan Brown with the big play. And it's going to be Brown right again. Coming right into your living room at the end of this play. Brown. Touchdown. A field goal right at the end, making our margin 20-16 as we take a look at some of the first half stats.
You saw McQuaid really dominate early through their ground game, and really only passing we needed. But the thing that's interesting about both these quarterbacks is they can make plays with their legs as they can with their arms. And you have to be honest, if they're getting out of the pocket, we've seen a couple of big plays happen when those defenses get sucked forward and the receivers and skill position players get behind that defense.
Well, teams completing their warm-ups here as we're getting ready for the second half. It's going to be McQuaid to receive. And while we have a minute, we should talk about the halftime adjustments here, too, tonight. Stella Roofing halftime adjustments, Premier Roofing Solutions for Western New York.
Hey, look, if you're McQuaid, keep pushing. The ground game was working for you early. That offensive line has been dominant. Keep Mangoni in the pocket defensively because he is that dual threat. And you've seen some big plays happen when he gets outside of the pocket. And I think if you're RH, you want to move Mangoni around more. Utilize his legs, try to extend plays and try to go deep, and also stop McQuaid on those early downs. We know how McQuaid wants to establish success on those early first down runs.
We take a quick break. Second half kickoff coming your way next here on Friday Night Rivals.
Seasonal weather can take its toll on our home's exterior. Don't settle for inferior products with substandard installations. Since 1986, our mission has always been to provide quality investment that will increase your home's value. Contact us today to learn more.
He's at the 20,
We fixed that. We fixed that. We fixed that too.
Go, go, go! Taken down at the 1-yard line.
We don't fix that.
Triple O will make you go, oh, oh, oh. Triple O.
Move your body. Move your body.
Should have called Kangaroo.
Yeah, give us a call. Kangaroo. We hop to it.
you doing?
Bro, it looks like it's time for a new roof.
Don't trust just anyone to do your roof. At Stellar Roofing, we pride ourselves in our professionalism, quality of materials, craftsmanship, and our industry-leading warranty. For any of your roofing needs, call Stellar Roofing at
888-7663. Stellar Roofing.
In these challenging times, our dedicated team at American Custom continues to provide top-quality installations to every customer. We apply attention to every detail. You can trust our team to make sure the job is done right. Call American today.
Getting ready for the USA insulation kickoff here to begin the second half. It was RH winning that, and now it'll be RH to receive. As bringing it ahead will be number 5, Job Perry. And they did a good job this time on Perry. I'm sure that was also an adjustment, making sure that number 5 is bottled up. Have a big return there. 20-16 is... It'll be RH here to begin 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
What an opportunity here to receive that second half kickoff. And hopefully, if you're an RH supporter, take the lead for the first time tonight. Boy, it felt bleak early on in that first half, down 14-0.
Yeah.
They plowed their way back in.
Not quite a double dip for RH, but they did get the field goal at the end of the first half. Here they begin the second half at their own 21-yard line as Mangoni right ahead this goes. And again, good push up the middle. And let's give a little shout out to Ryan Schulenberg, one of the team captains, number 70 in the center there, helping lead the way for Justin Medina. Medina, another positive gain, a gain of 8.
Yeah, and Schulenberg actually telling us Justin Medina, scrappy, tough, high praise for the sophomore running back for Rush-Henrietta.
Second down and 2. Wagstaff going into motion. Medina cutting ahead, and he's going to have just enough for the first down. Our first down brought to you by Kangaroo. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Zach Couch showing some of that closing speed on that tackle. There's Ryan Schulenberg, who we were just talking about. Wants to play Saturdays next year. He's working toward that goal. He's also a wrestler for the Royal Comets in the wintertime.
And here he'll be snapping the ball to a sophomore quarterback. Wagstaff going into motion, looping around. And he's going to get the pass. And it's behind him. Oh, is that a live ball? No, it'll be blown dead. They're going to say it was forward, pass incomplete. Let's see, the McQuaid player is well trained on that. They know until you hear the whistle. Keep going. See here. Yeah, that's although it's behind him.
Yeah, it's a
forward pass. Yeah. Wagstaff going into motion once again. The play action. Mangoni rolling out. Mangoni throwing on the run. And Mangoni finds his man up to the 45 and breaking a tackle, getting in the McQuaid territory. It's Jackson Coppers. Jackson Coppers, a big play all the way down to the McQuaid 39-yard line. That played good for a Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home of Kangaroo. We have to it.
Love this connection between Mangoni and Coppers, and I mentioned it during halftime. Getting Mangoni out of the pocket. You have to respect his ability to get out of the pocket and make plays with his legs. He can also make those plays, those downfield passes, connecting with Coppers for the big play.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right as Mangoni will be out of the shotgun, takes the snap, rolling to his right. Throwing on the run, that'll be caught. Ooh! Will not be caught. Coppers right through his hands. Coppers with the big play, though, the previous play.
Yeah,
Take a look.
See, I mean, Mangoni right away recognizing that he's got to roll out, finding his guy wide open on the sideline there, and Coppers making one man miss before. Oh, and a smart play there, too, protecting the football, as you can see. Birdman trying to strip that ball loose. No turnovers yet in this game.
No, as Couch bearing right down on Mangoni on that play. Mangoni able to stay in. They go right back to the ground game. Boy, this has been working right up the gut here. Once again, it is Medina. So far, the halftime adjustment there from McQuaid has got to click in there as far as the gap control.
Yeah, you got to give it up to Anthony Davis, the left guard, Schellenberg center, and Condello on the right side. That middle of the RH defense opening up some holes for Medina to exploit.
Mangoni, lots of time. Crazy amount of time. Now he's rolling to his right. Picks up a big block on the near side. Mangoni's going to scoop for the first down. Out of bounds at the 25-yard line. With his legs, Brandon Mangoni. Good enough for a Kangaroo first down. Lakeside, roofing and contracting. The home of Kangaroo we hop to.
Well, I got to tell you, Justin Medina's been a name we've talked about a lot tonight, but watch this block late in the play by Medina that springs Mangoni for the yardage he needs to get that first down right there.
Ooh.
And Mangoni picking up the first down easily. Do we have a flag on the play here?
No, we just have a player that's a little slow to get up. It's
okay.
Caleb Cangello.
So he's gotten to his feet, hobbling off to the sideline. He's had himself a nice game. Hope we get the chance to see him back on the field.
Yeah, trying to work it out. Boy, Caleb Condello, also a little cross player, plays defense.
Nope.
I would not want to.
No thanks.
Nope, not want to cross that. You're like, oh, Mr. Condello, here's the ball. First and 10 at the 25. As RH on the move. This drive started at their own 21-yard line. Impressive so far. Back to the ground game. And, boy, it didn't look like it should go for much, as that was number 4, Alan Nesmith, with the tackle. But still, Justin Medina able to lean forward and get some positive yardage on it.
Yeah, he's been a force, Medina. And to think that he's a sophomore in this offense, both of these guys, Mangoni and Medina, bright future for the RH offense when you consider these two playmakers are at the center of the attention.
Second down and 7. The handoff going right side. Medina, 10, 5, bank it, touchdown. RH has taken the lead. That's an American Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The Home Improvement Company. Heck cares. Wow.
What an impressive drive to start the second half by RH. Making some adjustments, keeping Medina involved. And boy, this new stadium or this new field,
well, sometimes
shaking.
Yeah, sometimes you say the place is rocking. No, literally the press box is moving here. It's that electric, and that will go in 23-20. Another touchdown by number 4, Justin Medina. Exciting game here tonight. It's the law offices of William Attar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group here on CW Rochester.
An incredible selection of low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs at BobJohnsonUsed.com. It's your ultimate destination for high-quality vehicles at an accessible price. And it's all at one location, BobJohnsonUsed.com.
Bob Johnson Chevrolet. Bob Johnson Chevrolet. Bob Johnson Chevrolet.
It's a better place to buy a car.
9 plays, 79 yards here tonight as Justin Medina is going to get a water break here. And we're taking a look also at Caleb Condello. And he's hydrating on the near side. That offensive line for Rush-Henrietta tonight. Unsung heroes making it all happen here.
I like Medina too, boy. He's all business. He scores the touchdown, no celebration, right to the sideline, sits down on the bench, hydrates, and gets ready to get back out there.
The USA Insulation kickoff. High end over end, and now McQuaid for the first time, they're down in this game. As that'll be brought up to the 30-yard line. But if you go back to week 1 for McQuaid, and this game is online if you want to watch it, that win over Lancaster, that was bonkers.
What I thought was impressive, Bobby Bates, head coach, telling us this week that his team didn't panic. There was no panic down 14-0 at halftime. We asked him what he said to his team at halftime. He said, I didn't say a thing. I didn't say a word to them at halftime. They all know what they need to do. They're composed, they're poised, they're experienced, and a 3-point lead here for Rush-Henrietta isn't going to be something that rattles this seasoned McQuaid team.
So when we last saw the McQuaid offense on the field, they were actually up by 8. It's an 11-point swing, and now, this is not what you want to see. Your first play of the half if you're a Knights fan.
False start. Number 71 offense. 5 yards from previous spot. Still first down.
And now this place really loud. DeMarco getting whistled for that for the Knights. First and 15. Listen to this crowd. DeMarco takes the snap, the pitch going to Nesmith. Nesmith had a steam, flag coming down. And normally from that angle, it's going to go against the offense. And that is what, indeed, the coaches for RH are pointing.
Our officiating crew tonight discussing this most recent flag.
Well, this is a big play if you're going to mark off the 10 yards here.
No flag on the play.
Oh.
Okay, the crowd not liking that. Bobby Bates, the head coach.
Joe Montesano giving the officiating crew an earful on the RH sideline here.
The end result is a gain of 6 to bring up second down and 9. JP Gianforti will be the receiver to the far boundary for the Knights. This is as loud as you could imagine here in Section 5. Here's the snap. The handoff going right up the middle, and this will bring up third down. Opportunity for RH to get off the field. Nesmith with the carry once again. There's Joe Montesano. Man who looks like he's only 30 years old.
It's a big night for the program, a historic night for the program. Knows that there's a lot to build off of their Week 1 win. But it means so much to have tonight under the lights happening here.
McQuaid trusting their offensive line and more. Nesmith, 40, 35, 30, 25. One man to beat Jihad, and Jihad makes the touchdown saving tackle. Big, big play. A Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Well, Perry just staying with Nesmith stride for stride down the field and taking a good angle to prevent this, because it looked like it was going to be to the house, Gene. And we've seen already Nesmith make this play. The long run for what you would think is a touchdown, but good speed downfield by Perry. Good closing speed and a good angle to save the touchdown.
48 yards. We'll get an update here on the yardage tonight. We're inside the Ide family of dealerships red zone. Ide, we love to earn your business. McQuaid converting on third down, and now they want to retake the lead. As the senior quarterback DeMarco, there's movement. Boy, oh boy, for McQuaid, these are un-McQuaid-like mistakes.
False start. Number 78 offense. 5-yard penalty for first down.
Bryson Terry, and look who's coming back out onto the field there. That's going to be Caleb Candello back on the field after he was shaken up earlier on that last drive.
Good news for the Royal Comets defense. Caleb playing the nose on that defensive line. Well, you're right about the unforced errors here by McQuaid's offense. Very un-McQuaid-like.
Thomas Bailey will line up as a wide receiver. Here's going to be the handoff in the inside and keeping that pile moving and more. Touchdown! Touchdown! That's going to be number 13, Xavier Cox. Cox finding his way to the end zone, and McQuaid retakes the lead. It's 26-23. Another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares.
Mentioned that Cox runs track for McQuaid. He runs 100. He runs the 200. We get to see that speed that he showcases on the track, on the field tonight. And then that's just breaking through and getting separation. Hard guy to catch up to. Cox, the junior, for 6.
Wilson, this to extend it to a 4-point game. And McQuaid converts. What a quick answer there by the Knights with 8:06 remaining here in the third. We step aside. Wild one here tonight at Kleemann Field. It's the law offices of William Attar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group. It's Cox with a go-ahead touchdown on CW Rochester.
Hello? Hey, Joey, Grandpa's coming over. Hey, Mom, Grandpa's on his way over.
It's important that your garage door is working properly. Call Tracy Door Company for garage doors, openers, or service. 585-426-6060.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Boy, what a time to unleash Cox on that play, on that drive, right up the middle, showing that burst.
Great job getting skinny through the line, finding that gap, and then turning on the afterburners, headed towards the end zone. You're not going to catch him. Real impressive answer by McQuaid. And we mentioned it earlier. There's not a lot of panic with this team. They've been through a lot. They've seen a lot. There's not much that they can't put up with. And you've got experience, not just on the football field, but also the lacrosse field. Championship players on this team. They know high-pressure situations.
Closed captioning for tonight's game brought to you by the Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet, the best in fences, decks, railings, and porches. Boy, it feels like a night you want to be on your deck tonight, right? It's beautiful. Maybe some of you are watching at home. William Attar's Friday Night Rivals. Gene Battaglia, Mike Danger, Kevin Rocher broadcasting. Eric Carpy, our director, here tonight. And that goes out of bounds.
You're right. It's a great night. I'm hearing reports from around Section 5. Some areas dealing with fog, some thick fog, so much so that you can't see from across the field. You can't see the yard markers. So fortunate tonight, we don't have the fog, but we do have hitting weather. It does feel like a nice, crisp, late summer, early fall night here in Rush-Henrietta.
Aquinas defeating UPrep today, 21-2. That's going to grab some attention there. Maybe AQ is up on
Kick out of bounds on the kicking team. Rush-Henrietta has chosen to take 5 yards back from the previous spot we kicked.
Hilton leading 21-0 over Pittsford. Fairport is up on Penfield 14-7. And in the Teddy Bowl, we saw both these teams at the JMA Wireless Dome last Friday night on CW Rochester. Canandaigua is up on Victor 14-0. Thank you, Kevin, for sending those along.
Well, a couple of impressive programs there in that Teddy Bowl with Canandaigua and Victor. We'll keep our eye on how that one shakes out.
Imagine you're Canandaigua. You open up with a game at the Dome, and then you got to go on the road for the Teddy Bowl.
Yeah.
That's So the re-kick, and again, it's a USA Insulation kickoff, and it's going to be Perry again. Perry fouling his blockers, and it gets it up to the 42. So another favorable start here for the Royal Comets as Jihad Perry, 6 carries, 60 yards last week in that win against Gates Chili. But in that win against Gates Chili, it was the Mangoni show, 5 total touchdowns and all. Tonight, it's really been the ground game that has been so impressive.
You know, I think, though, Mangoni is the key to that ground game being successful because you have to respect his ability as a runner just as you do a passer. Can't say enough about the play of the young sophomore for Rush-Henrietta, and furthermore, Will DeMarco. I think the same could be said for him offensively for McQuaid.
Austin Proya is the defensive end on the near side, and here he gets blocked off the play, and that's going to allow squirting through Justin Medina. And Medina, Justin Medina now being looked at.
He's in some pain. I hope this is nothing more than cramping, but we'll see. He's sitting up.
They're taking the helmet off. It's going to go for 9 on the play.
Looks like it might be just some cramping there, which... it's that time of night, Gene. What do we remind?
Mike Danger, what should all players do all the time?
Stay hydrated. Kids, stay hydrated.
And we were talking to the McQuaid players. They just don't drink water. It's the Pedialyte.
They do the Pedialyte before the game. Yeah. They have the supporters feed them peanut butter and jelly sandwiches pre-game. We hear McQuaid. Yeah. Well, the Pedialyte's it's like a Gatorade. It's electrolytes, fluids. But when you see somebody that's been as impressive tonight as Medina has been down here working out those cramps. Yes, boys, hydrate always.
This gives McQuaid's defense a chance to catch their breath. We are still in the third. 7:51 remaining here. Well, if Medina has to take a little bit of time off, and again, cramps you can more often than not just kind of work out, and you hope that's all this is. And judging by the look of it. But you have Perry and Wagstaff that you can rely on, and certainly Mangoni, too, out of the backfield. He can take it himself if he wants to.
Hey, let's give it up for Darren Crane, athletic trainer for Rush-Henrietta, working out those kinks for Medina. Let's see if we see him back on the field here in short order.
Okay, so for the first time, we're going to have the bubble screen formation to the near side with Coppers, one of the three receivers. Now an empty set, and there it is, the bubble screen going to Wagstaff. And Wagstaff will get enough for the first down. Makes one-man miss. And a first down here for the Royal Comets, brought to you by Kangaroo. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home at Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Get enough blocking, make a couple guys miss. Wagstaff getting the yardage needed for that first down. Rush-Henrietta sustains their drive.
Danger, I know this is like it goes as a pass, but it's essentially a run. You're just getting rid of the ball so quick. High percentage play. At the 41-yard line. Mangoni handing it off, and it's going to go to Wagstaff. Wagstaff makes one-man miss. Taking tacklers with him, and he gets the call, and he's going to maul his way all the way down to the 29-yard line. That's going to be good for a gain of 12. Another first down brought to you by Kangaroo, Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home of Kangaroo. We have to it.
Well, whether it's Medina or Wagstaff, you're getting the same result out of that Rush-Henrietta backfield. And that's just chunk yards with every rush. It's a credit to the interior of that offensive line. They've created holes, and they've gotten a good push all night long against this stout defensive line of McQuaid.
And that is the one thing that's surprising here tonight, just how well they've been able to run the ball against McQuaid. Is now there's another run right up the gut. Nesmith tripping his man up, but not before that gets down to the 17. And yes, you guessed it, another first down presented by Lakeside Roofing and Contract.
Massive holes to exploit, and this isn't new. I mean, this is week 2. This young season, McQuaid got run all over against Lancaster last week as well, and it's one of the things that we know Coach Bates wants to improve on here through the course of the season.
Yeah, another first down presented by Lakeside Roofing and Contract in the home of Kangaroo. We hop to it. We're inside the Ide family of dealerships red zone. Ide, we'd love to earn your business. The handoff going inside. Perry walks in, and RH retakes the lead. That is an American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares. 17 yards from number 5, John Perry.
Gene, are we not entertained? Is this not what Section 5 football is all about? Back and forth, two heavyweights circling the ring and looking for that knockout blow. You get one team getting a lead, another team answering, all in a great atmosphere here at a brand new field for Rush-Henrietta. They reclaim the lead.
Here tonight, Danger, is that extra point. Every kick is going to be important. Who's going to have the ball last will win this game.
Could be. And Jihad Perry, again, that offensive line of RH just creating massive holes, hard not to be able to exploit those. And Perry, another guy that made a big play earlier on defense, big hit that kind of set a tone, woke everybody up earlier in the first half.
Watching that, when you see Wagstaff take out Paul Rizzo, one of the team captains, watch number 3. Boom.
Yep,
that's the key block right there by Wagstaff. When we say that this is a full house here tonight on this first night game, it's a full house. Everyone getting their entertainment here. 5 plays, 58 yards. That drive goes, and that drive, remember, Medina after the first carry going down, but Perry and Wagstaff picking up right where they left off. And now it's McQuaid's turn.
Should also mention Perry is up and moving around on the RH sideline. I'd be surprised if we don't see him make some sort of return into this game at some point tonight.
End over end kickoff. A USA insulation kickoff. Was that touched? Oh, this is not good for McQuaid. No, you can't kneel on it back there. They downed it at the 1. Oh, no.
It's almost as if McQuaid just doesn't want things to be done easily. They want the challenge of having to go 99 yards to answer that latest RH score.
As soon as you touch the ball with your knee on the ground, the play is dead. Well, 99 yards to go. Here's where you could have a signature drive. Im Molando, number 26. He says gets away. And then he picks it up, but as he's picking it up, his knee is on the ground.
In these kind of self-imposed errors that we've seen throughout the night by McQuaid, whether it be false start penalties or downing the ball inside the 1-yard line. Now comes a challenge for this McQuaid offense deep in their own end.
DeMarco and movement whistle. What do we have?
Side ball. Delay a game. Offense. Hit the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, that'll be 6 inches.
Joe Montesano fully into the game, boy. He can feel it. He knows he's got the defending Section 5 champs on the ropes here midway through the third quarter.
RH leading by 3 if you're just tuning in. What a game we've had so far. We're still in the third. DeMarco, he's going deep for everything, trying to split the defense, and it's just overthrown. The home run shot is the intended receiver, being number 14, JPG40.
Yeah, I think a 99-yard touchdown pass would look good on DeMarco's highlight reel, and he almost had it. Boy, that would have been an unbelievable completion, obviously, and just a little bit too much air out of that ball.
I think first things first, though. You've got to get a first down, because if you cannot, and you're punting out of your own end zone here.
You know, I don't hate that call on first down, though. You're expecting them to get a little bit of breathing room, and that's a lot of faith in your offensive line.
DeMarco will hand it off, and this will get a few yards up to about the 5. You're going to have to get it to the 11 for the first down.
Third down and 2nd.
Bobby Bates signaling in the play. Press box is shaking here at RH. Third down. DeMarco. Flag coming down on the near side. We'll see what that's all about as DeMarco lowering his shoulder. He's going to be short of the marker. Well, whatever this was, the flag coming down on the near sideline.
You see Bryson Terry pleading his case. I have a feeling this is going to work against the Knights.
Only go shift. Offense. You want to take that, right? You want to take that?
No, I would not take that. It's not a first down. I would think you would decline it and make them go for it on 4th down. The ball would be at the 10. It would either be 4th and 1.
Really go shift. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat 3rd down.
All right, Danger. There's an easy second guess there. What do you think?
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. You push him back. You force him to... What do you need here? 9?
9. 3rd and 9. DeMarco out of the shotgun. In the shadow of his own goalpost. DeMarco stepping up under pressure. He's going to take off. DeMarco lowering his shoulder. He's going to be tackled well short. It all works out for RH in the end. A coverage. Can't call it sack, but an opportunity got the field. Look who made the play. He's everywhere. Brandon Mangoni kicking field goals, passing, rushing, and tackling.
So impressive, and you see DeMarco keeping his eyes downfield, looking for an open receiver. Everybody's covered, thinking he can maybe get that first down. Mangoni there to meet him, bring him down short of the sticks. And now McQuaid forced to punt from their own end zone.
Yeah, and deep back here will be number 3, Amani Wagstaff, one of the 2 returners. Boy, an opportunity. RH is not led by more than the 1 score here tonight. It's a high kick that's going to be fielded on 1 bounce to the 35. And trying to bring it back will be Phoenix Joseph. And Joseph, so great field position for RH to start this drive at the 31. It all starts on the botched kickoff there for McQuaid.
Another unforced error that's really cost the Knights tonight. And an opportunity now for RH to extend their 3-point lead.
We're still up for grabs tonight. The Vinyl Outlet defense play of the game. The Vinyl Outlet, Western New York's best porch, deck, and fence installations.
You're going to see a turnover at some point tonight, you would think. It's been a clean game, no turnovers.
Maybe not. These quarterbacks are just so efficient. Here's Mangoni rolling to his left, and he's going to take off. Mangoni trying to get around the corner, and will scoot out of bounds close to the 25. They'll mark him out at the 26. That'll be a gain of 5 for the sophomore quarterback.
Krishawn Jordan there with the pursuit on that play, shedding a blocker and forcing Mangoni to the sideline.
3 receivers to the right. Here's going to be the snap and the handoff, and we're going to get a flag coming down again from the linesman. Is this something on RH here? And they're going to back up the Royal Comets. Officials' mic not working, but certainly we know the call. 2nd down and 10.
Should point out again to our viewers, our graphics are tied into the Rush-Henrietta scoreboard. 2nd and 10, not 1st and 10.
Yeah, so there is going to be the throw and to the near side, and that's just great pursuit there. Number 13, Xavier Cox with the tackle. This to bring up 3rd down and what you would figure would be 4th down territory. And so gain of 4 on the play, 3rd and 6. We'll try to keep you updated as best we can there on the down and distance. 3rd and 6. Trips to the left. Mangoni looking left. Doesn't like it. Mangoni under pressure. Flag coming down. This will be a hole to the end zone. It's caught. And the crowd here knows it's coming back there. Wagstaff.
Well, I'll say even though there's a hold on this play that's going to bring it back, nice job again extending that play by Mangoni and throwing a dart to Wagstaff, who got open.
Number 74 offense. 10 yards for down.
Ryan Candello, and I'll give Gavin Taylor the right tackle, saying, okay, no.
You got to calm him down.
Yeah.
Caleb Candello's got a lot of fire, and let's see if we see what the officials saw on this holding. Oh, I don't know about that one, Gene. Yeah, Candello might have a case there. That was...
No, he let him go.
It felt like more of a push than a hold. Saw a good block there, but regardless, it's now 3rd and long for RH.
RH with the lead here, 30-27. What has been a back-and-forth game. The handoff going, look who's back, Medina. And Medina is going to get stuffed. Hudson Proya with the tackle.
Big number 79, Cooper Condis, checking out of the game.
Fourth down. Is it going to be a quick kick here, or were they going to go for it? Fourth and long. 4th and 15. Mangoni under pressure. Evades one sack. Mangoni rolling to his right. He's going to throw it away. And that's a young quarterback maybe making a mistake. Just take a shot there. It's 4th and 15.
Yeah.
And that's his dad, actually. There's Jason on the sideline. He's down there. And yeah, that's tough for a father knowing it's 4th down.
Yeah.
That's the one time you don't want to throw it away.
That's right. Or in the moment, he, with all the penalties, the barrage of penalties he faced on that drive. You forget what down it is.
We welcome in once again Kevin Roche.
All right, Gene, thanks so much. Here with former RH students and Werner Kleemann student athletes playing for Werner back in the days. We'll start with John Secatella here, who was in the class of 1983. John, you were instrumental during Coach Kleemann's sickness. Obviously, he had to get some blood transfusions during his battle with leukemia, and he felt guilty for taking those transfusions when other people needed them, but you spearheaded blood drives. And why was that important to you to come to your coach in need?
The biggest thing was he felt bad for taking blood from other people, and so we wanted to take that away from him. So we raised, I think, one of the biggest blood drives ever in this local history, and to give back to somebody who's given back, who's given so much to us and has done so much for so many people in the RH community. The community came out full-fledged and really nailed that blood drive. Did an awesome job for Werner.
Mark Lisinski, also a former player, the class of 1977. But you were telling me earlier, you and Jim Denk here were on the 1976 team. Undefeated, voted state champions. How is that before state champions were even played?
It was a big deal. It still is a big deal and everything. We talk about it to this day. Again, we had a tremendous group of guys on that team and everything. Werner spearheaded the effort. You brought everybody together, brought the best out of everybody, and again, an undefeated season and a state championship.
What do you think of this new facility that bears your former coach's name?
Fantastic, well-deserved. Great recognition for somebody who's done so much for this community, for this school district and this community.
I'm going to say something that all three of you will know. E equals R. Effort equals results. A Werner Kleemann phrase that he used. How much does that stick with you, Jim, even now?
Every day. Every day. I have kids that I've coached through lacrosse. Effort equals results. It goes on and on from the field to life. And that's from Werner. Right from him.
Absolutely. Well, E equals R. We're seeing it here tonight from both teams. We've got a great game. Enjoy the evening. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Gene?
Thank you, Kevin. Second touchdown tonight for Xavier Cox. And what a compliment he has been to Nesmith. And then boom, 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 McQuaid takes the lead back. It's 34-30. That was quick.
It was quick, and McQuaid getting back to what they've been doing so well throughout this game, running the football with Nesmith and using the speed of Cox. You see the great push, the great blocking downfield, and when he sees that open field, you're not catching him.
Yeah, once you get back, and again, RH more often than not just playing the one safety. That's it. So you're not going to, once you get to that last level, especially somebody with the speed of number 13. Yeah, that was quick.
31-yard run there for the touchdown. Cox, his second of the night. So, boy, between he and Nesmith, they've got a pretty good ground game here working for McQuaid.
And you go back to 4th and 15 there for RH. The decision to go for it, which, okay, maybe if you play the field position game and punt it away, but the end result here is the volley now going back.
Well, it was a good stand by McQuaid there defensively before they got the ball back after that fourth down missed opportunity by RH. I mean, the last time we saw McQuaid's office, let's face it, it was in the shadow of their goalpost. And they held. The field position battle was going RH's way, and McQuaid's defense held them when they needed to. Got the ball back and capitalized, taking the lead back 34-30 now.
Perry and Wagstaff deep back here. It's another USA insulation kickoff as the Kickoff will received up across the 30, and that power will move across and up to about the 37-yard line. As that'll be Perry. Has a big play here tonight on a kickoff return. Another big play on defense, making a stop on 4th down.
If you're Rush-Henrietta here, give McQuaid a taste of their own medicine. No panic. You've got plenty of time left. 1:23 in the third. You've shown that you can move the ball down the field in the run game. Continue to do what's gotten you 30 points against this defense.
Medina back in at running back. And he's going to get the call, trying to bounce it to the outside. No, sir. That is a big play by JPG and 40. A loss of 2 on the play. Number 14, a great open field tackle.
Yeah, Medina coming off to the sideline again as well. Now this time, I want to say he's holding his wrist. He's going to get checked out by trainers here at the end of the play here.
Great recognition.
Maybe fell on his shoulder there. He's kind of trying to shake it out on the sideline, work out any kinks.
Perry is the running back on 2nd and long. The blitz coming. McGoney stands in there trying to turn around. And Brown, a one-handed grab. Brown gets it inside the 30. What a big play. 34 yards. That's good enough for a Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, the home at Kangaroo. We hop to it. How did Brown fend off his guy?
We've seen Brown make this play. He's just big, he's strong, and he's going to get that ball. My ball mentality, right? And for Mangoni, multiple times tonight, we've seen him go deep downfield. He throws a beautiful deep ball. I mean, this is just perfectly placed. You can see the hand fighting going on there, and good coverage by McQuaid's secondary. Not enough.
Jihad Brown, more like A.J. Brown on that. Is now going to go for a short gain on the play, and this is going to take us to the end of the quarter.
More cramping on the field as well.
They will stop the clock before we do get to the end of quarter. Yeah, both these teams are going to end up leaving everything here on the field tonight.
Kind of what we expected. I mean, given the way their week 1 games went, we knew we were in for an exciting matchup here. These coaches are familiar with each other. They're friends off the field. They meet and talk football throughout the course of the regular season. They're friends with Mangoni's dad, the coach at Brockport, who we saw earlier on the sideline. They're part of this Section 5 football community. And
Justin Medina looks like he's okay, just getting some water there on the sideline. And to work out those cramps there. 7 seconds remaining, as you see on our clock. And for folks who've never had a cramp, they're the worst.
Very painful.
Yeah,
of course. Their special sponsor tonight. I know there's plenty of water and all sorts of beverages at the distillery. Your neighborhood gathering place. I don't know that they have Pedialyte behind the bar at the distillery, though.
Maybe some Gatorade, I'm not sure.
But hydrate, boys, hydrate.
Yeah, on Winton Road, just a little ways away here from Sperry High School. Thank you for their sponsorship here tonight. That's Caleb Candello, second time tonight, so he is just working through some stuff here.
Good to see the big guy up and moving around. Hope to see him back in the game after he has that cramp worked out.
Well, for Candello and the rest of these players, something that's never been done, worth stating once again. You're going to have 2 days of rest before you go to class on Monday. Yeah. Usually you're home on a Saturday as they start the clock back up, and this sends us to the 4th. A classic here tonight. It's McQuaid leading RH 34-30. We go to the 4th. It's the law offices of William Attar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group on CW Rochester.
Why do you ride?
Why do I ride?
I like doing dangerous things safely.
I ride because I can't imagine not.
I'm kind of a gearhead.
I love being lost. There's no way I'm putting a GPS on my bike.
Knees in the breeze, man. It's like There's nothing like it.
There's a love for riding that can't be explained unless you ride. And if you're ever injured on a motorcycle, we're ready to help. Hurt on a motorcycle? Call William Mattar, 444-4444.
Hey, Rochester, now is the time to winterproof your home. Is your house cold and drafty every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary weaker insulation. And the best part is you can save up to 80% with NYSERDA incentives and the federal tax credit while funds are available.
USA Insulation.
He's at the 20. We fix that. We fix that. We fix that too. Go, go, go! Taken down at the 1-yard line. We don't fix that.
Triple O will make you go, oh, oh, oh. Triple O.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series is coming to the CW. He's gonna go for the lead. It all begins in Bristol.
This is his race.
When Dale Earnhardt Jr. joins the field.
I love this racetrack.
Against the series' top drivers in a final playoff tune-up.
It's about to get crazy.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series, special Friday edition. Live this week starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the CW.
Boy, for McQuaid and RH here tonight, after all this, back and forth, and I know some of these games have already wrapped up around Section 5. We're only going to the fourth here tonight. McQuaid leading 34-30. Gene Battaglia with Mike Danger, Kevin Roche, our sideline reporter, Eric Carpy, our producer here tonight, our director in the truck on St. Holy Rochester. Here will be the handoff going inside. Perry. And Perry will get some positive yardage, but this will bring up third down. And I would think, even though Mangoni has a leg here, getting ahead of myself, are you thinking you're picking this up in 2 downs here, Danger? On 3rd and 6?
I think so. I think you want the touchdown, right? Field goal would be nice, but...
Mangoni fires left side. It's going to be Brown in traffic. The slant perfectly executed. That's good enough for Tracy Door Company. First down for 3 generations. The Tracy Door Company from the 26 into the red zone. This goes the Ide family of dealerships red zone. Ide, we'd love to earn your business.
Great protection up front. Mangoni sees his receiver open. Knows he has a step and some separation. Doesn't hesitate. Perfect pass. First down.
Camarella with the tackle that goes for a gain of 13. The handoff going right between the tackles, and then Jihad Perry is going to be knocked back. That's Zach Couch, and he's fired up. Zach Couch, a guy who patterns his game after Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, Paul Rizzo, Zach Couch. I mean, everybody up front for this McQuaid defense.
Yeah, that is Rizzo.
Yeah,
my apologies.
They are fired up here, and they know, like, they got to stop here. If they can prevent RH from getting in the end zone. Rizzo just wrapping up and pushing back. Nice drive and great tackle there. Not much for Perry.
As the throw, back shoulder, and that's going to be caught, but that's going to be short of the marker. Paul Rizzo. Yeah, he likes Fred Warner, too, and he's a Yankee fan. Of course, you had last name Rizzo. You're going to be a Yankee fan. Plays baseball for the Knights.
He, like most of the McQuaid players, know that every year they have giant bullseyes on their back, giant targets on their back. They only get bigger with each championship that they win. Now 5 straight Section 5 AA championships. You're going to get every opponent's best game when you're facing McQuaid.
This says 3rd and 5. It's actually 3rd and 3. The scoreboard's a little off. You can pick up the first down without getting the touchdown. Is Mangoni under pressure. He's going to try to take it right side. He doesn't get enough room. Mangoni still trying to buy time. Throws. And it's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Phoenix Joseph at the near pylon. It's 4th down. It's decision time for head coach Joe Montesano.
Get Brown in the back of the end zone there as well. Looked like he was going to spring open. Lost his footing. Tough break there, but you see Coach Joe Montesano calling in the play.
Yeah, I think you go for it here. And again, you can pick up the first down without getting the touchdown. The marker's actually at the 2. So where it says 4th and 5 is actually 4th and 3. Here's the snap. Mangoni under pressure once again. Great mobility trying to buy time, but he has nothing to look at. Directing traffic back of the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown! Touchdown! Rush-Henrietta. Wagstaff. What a play by Mangoni. Buying that time. RH retakes the lead. It's an American custom exteriors and interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares.
It takes so much discipline when you have a quarterback that's extending plays to not give up on a play, to keep things going. And there was a block on that play that I really think led to that touchdown. Gave Mangoni just the extra second he needed to find Wagstaff in the back of the end zone for 6. Looks like we have another player down cramping on the field as well.
Yeah, these players are going to live. Players quickly back up, yep.
Jaden. Yeah, Ronan Walker, another one of the RH captains, coming to the sideline. Going to be looking for that hydration.
Well, Walker, not only is he the left tackle, but he's a key player on the inside here, so they're going to need him to work that cramp out. Here's Mangoni for a very important extra point. This to give RH a 3-point lead as the snap is put down. The kick is up and it is good. Rush-Henrietta answers every time here tonight, Danger. This, one of the games, one of the best we've called here. 37-34. We're in the 4th. The law offices of the William Attar Law Firm. Friday Night Rivals driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group on CW Rochester.
Hey, how you doing? Good, bro. Looks like your roof's about to fall in yesterday.
Don't trust just anyone to do your roof. At Stellar Roofing, we pride ourselves in our professionalism, quality of materials, craftsmanship, and our industry-leading warranty. For any of your roofing needs, call Stellar Roofing at
888-7663. Stellar Roofing.
9 plays, 62 yards. Another 4th down touchdown in this game. Wagstaff in the back of the end zone. I don't know, quite honestly, how Mangoni bought so much time there, evading tacklers and finding his man in the end.
Well, I can tell you, Jamison Mancari on the offensive line did a great job, the late block in that touchdown play, just to give Mangoni a little extra second to find Wagstaff in the end zone. Comets have the lead once again.
Boy, what a way to break in a new stadium tonight. If you're just joining us here on CW Rochester, in the history of the Rush-Henrietta School District, Sperry High School, this is the first game we've ever had under the lights tonight, the new stadium.
History dating back to 1964. Feels like we've played 8 games in this new stadium tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be remembered for a long time. It's another USA insulation kickoff that's going to be brought up. Nesmith finally will be spun down to the 29. So at least this is better field position for the Knights as compared to the last time where they were pinned back to their own 1.
Yeah, Nesmith making the most out of what could have been a disastrous situation.
Well, we got another player cramping up. Gives us a good opportunity to hopefully Kevin Roche has caught his breath. Good evening once again, Kevin.
Man, what a game, guys. It's been fun so far. Here with another grad, 1985 grad, and a former player of Werner Kleemann's. It's Cornelius Southall. What do you remember most about Coach Kleemann, and what sticks with you from what you learned from him still today?
Absolutely. He was a great man, a great coach, great human being, and he loved his players, and he taught us to be the best that we can be and to go out and prove it each and every day.
You played after RH. You went to Notre Dame. You were a free safety on that 1988 national championship team. were there any similarities between your coach here at RH, Coach Kleemann, and Coach Holtz out in South Bend?
Absolutely. Both coaches were disciplinarians, tough coaches, honest coaches, fair, but tough on each player, and two of the greatest coaches I've ever played for.
I think one of the most interesting things outside of football is what you did after you left Notre Dame, after you graduated, a business management major, a 27-year career in the Secret Service, working on details for presidents such as President Nixon, President Clinton, among others. How rewarding was that experience?
It was awesome to serve my country, and I'm very proud of what I did and what I was a part of. And if I could do it all over again, I would. It was fantastic. I had a chance to see the world. Went to every state here in the United States. I met some wonderful people and just enjoyed my career.
I've been asking everybody, what would Coach Kleemann think about this here tonight, especially if the Comets can pull it out in another 9:28 left in this game?
Yes, we hope they do pull it out. He would be speechless because this has been an amazing evening. It's a great game, and tons of his former players came out. Hundreds of his former players came back, and he would have tears in his eyes, actually. He really would, but he'd be very proud.
Well, I hope your alma mater does well here tonight for you guys and everyone that came back, and then your other alma mater, Notre Dame, tomorrow at Purdue. Hopefully they fare a little better this week than they did last week. Thank you for your service. We appreciate the time. Cornelius Southall. Thank you so much. Gene?
Wow, what a story there. Great job bringing that, Kevin. Cornelius Southall is a great American coming back here tonight. And that's what tonight is all about. Like, anybody who loves RH football, this is the game you can't miss tonight. And here is McQuaid looking at a 3rd down and 2. Trailing by 3. The handoff. And they're going to get it. It's good for Tracy Door Company, 1st down. For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Real strong cut in the backfield there by Cox, and the nice push at the end of the run. Getting a little help from his offensive lineman, getting enough for the first, extending this drive.
Up to the 41-yard line, this will go.
Not a bad night for Nesmith on the ground.
Wow.
232 yards on 22 rushes. Say he's been the workhorse. Yes, he has been. For Mangoni there, Rush-Henrietta's quarterback, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns.
It's John Hanna on the stats tonight, and we're making him really work in this game.
Over 100 yards for Medina for RH as well.
DeMarco checking it down. Well-executed play and a nice tackle on the near side for the Royal Comets. That's Ronan Walker. Called his number a lot tonight.
Both players struggling to get up after that play, and I imagine both players, once again, dealing with cramps, whether you're talking about Couch, out of the backfield as fullback. And Ronan Walker, who was dealing with cramps earlier.
Oh, it's going to be, all these players are going to be feeling it tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it's been a hard-hit physical matchup between 2 programs with rich histories, 2 head coaches with great respect for each other. What a privilege to be here tonight. Special night. Memorable night. Might be the game of the year so far.
Ronan Walker on the sideline, though, for this 2nd down and 2. The handoff. Nesmith, 1st down, lowering his shoulder, and he brings it into RH territory. And that'll be a gain of 9 down to the 43. A Tracy Door Company 1st down for 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Maybe Nesmith heard us sharing his stats. I think he wants 300. This is amazing.
Whoa.
And he doesn't look like he's lost a step. I mean, he's running at the same speed, same pace, same vision as he had first drive of the game when he started us off with a 60-yard rushing touchdown.
Well, with Ronan Walker, the inside backer, not on the field right now, let's see if McQuaid keeps it on the ground as the pitch. Indeed, they will. Cutting it up inside. Lowering his shoulder once again. Short of the marker, but a very nice gain on 1st down once again for number 4, Alan Nesmith.
I almost feel like McQuaid is sticking to the run game, chewing up clock, I mean, RH is going to get another opportunity with football, but I think they want to try and eliminate as much of that clock as they can as they move it down the field here in the hopes of answering RH's last touchdown drive.
Good block there by Thomas Bailey, the tight end. Gain of 6 as you're looking at DeMarco, the quarterback. And movement. Now McQuaid is pointing at RH, but I don't think they're going to win there.
False start. Number 71 offense. 5-yard penalty for second down.
That's Joe DeMarco.
They go from 2nd and 4 to 2nd and 9. Second down and 9. It's not for the 1st and 42, trust me. Play action. DeMarco throwing left side, and it's going to short hop the intended receiver. And bring up third down. Third down and 9 coming up.
See DeMarco kind of extending the play with his feet out of the pocket. Gianforte not able to get back to his quarterback in time to make that play. Just not enough on that pass from DeMarco.
Stands are shaking here at RH. Yeah, it's that cameras are bouncing. Look at this. It's the Loud House here tonight as here's the handoff. Breaking one tackle, and it's going to be short of the marker. And here comes the play of the night for the RH defense. As we're past the midway point of the 4th. And again, no panic here for McQuaid. And it looks like they're not even going to take a timeout here. 4th and 2. Bailey, the tight end on the left side of this formation. DeMarco takes the snap. The handoff going toward the first down marker. He's got it. First down for the Knights. The drive continuing. Who else? Alan Nesmith. That's a Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations. The Tracy Door Company.
Go to the guy that's brought you there, and it's been Nesmith all night. Shedding the initial tackler, lunging forward, getting the first down, extending this drive. Under 5 minutes to go here. McQuaid is in business.
It's almost like they have to score on this drive. We're under 5 minutes to go here tonight, in regulation, dare I say. And there's going to be a tackle on the far side. Whoa, what a big tackle there as making the play there. Brennan Spencer, number 59. Whistled down, and we've got another appears to be cramping issue as Cox, that time not able to get through the hole.
Yeah, RH defensively setting up to stop the run. And Spencer sniffing out that play with ease. Behind the line of scrimmage, and big play defensively here to put McQuaid off schedule.
Closed captioning for tonight's game. Brought to you by the Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet, the best in fences, decks, railings, and porches. We have another RH player cramping on the field here tonight. And whereas last Saturday night in Section 5, you had thunderstorms, it felt like fall, it was 60. Tonight feels more like summer, and this is more like what you would feel here in week 2 here tonight. So these players gutting it out.
Getting some updates from the sideline. Kevin Roche updating us on Section 5. Fairport improving to 2-0, beating Penfield tonight 24-14. And Victor hasn't scored yet this season. Outscored 42-0 so far this season. Canandaigua 21, Victor nothing.
Here's the Vinyl Outlet's defense play of the game.
The defense play of the game is brought to you by the Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet. Let us transform your home.
You want to talk about setting a tone. That was Jihad Perry on Alan Nesmith. Nesmith shaking it off, first down. But boy, that hit by Perry woke up the Rush-Henrietta sideline. And they were kind of sleepwalking up to that point early in this game. McQuaid was having their way. And since that hit, we've seen a more focused.
An incredible selection of low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs at BobJohnsonUsed.com. It's your ultimate destination.
Long, not much there to bring up 3rd and long.
You can see Condello hobbling back to the huddle. These guys are battling through it. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Unbelievable atmosphere, ton of energy, special night. Everything to play for. McQuaid looking to answer and regain their lead.
Well, they're going to spread this out. Look at this. One extra player on the field. He scoots off whistle. They're going to have the delay a game. Wow. Wow.
Illegal substitution offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Yep. So for McQuaid, these penalties that are certainly correctable. Yeah. The crowd is hopping here tonight.
They've been great. The support for RH has been remarkable. And, you know, the years that we've done these games, Gene, we talked to Bobby Bates, and we know the kind of coach he is, the kind of man he is, the kind of team and program he's built at McQuaid. These are uncharacteristic kind of mistakes that are happening. And it's happened throughout the course of this game. And it happens at critical times. You don't want to push yourself back after an illegal substitution. These are things you should have worked out at this point.
So the Knights, play clock is down to 10. Empty set. Nesmith going to the near side is going to be Cox. Cox makes one-man miss. Cox trying to pick up a block. Cox. Oh, and that's just great pursuits of the ball by everybody, including Isaiah Mahar, number 6 for RH. And here's the play of the game coming up. 4th down and long for the Knights.
We give Cox some credit here for making the first player miss, but great pursuit, as you mentioned, Gene. And no chance of gaining a first down. 4th and long.
And McQuaid does have all 3 timeouts, so this isn't the game here if they don't get this. However, 4th down. Nesmith going into motion. He's in the backfield. DeMarco, the senior. Can he pull this out? DeMarco rolling to his left. Trying to buy time. He's under pressure. Throws across his body. And it's intercepted. It's intercepted. Trying to make it happen. And it's going to be Coppers.
How great does that feel if you're Jackson Coppers? We were talking about him earlier.
Offense. Penalties refused. We're out of play. First down.
To see the team first guy pick up that interception after seeing snaps at quarterback, knowing that it would benefit the team's success overall. Jackson Coppers making plays on both sides of the ball, but that might be the biggest play of the night for him. This is as simple as reading DeMarco. And DeMarco, I mean, throwing across your body is always ill-advised, right?
It's 4th down. You got to try something.
Yeah. Coppers taking a little friendly fire from his own teammate there and securing the INT. First turnover of the night.
Yeah, in terms of field position, you could say Coppers might have just been better knocking it down. He would have, but at this point, for RH, the game is in their hands. Pick up 2 first downs, it's yours. And you will send a message to the rest of Section 5 here. On a night where this new stadium is rocking, 37-34. And you better believe they're going to keep it on the ground here. Here's the first down. And now you would think McQuaid will call the timeout. And they do quickly. That'll stop it with 2:18 remaining. We'll take a quick break here. This is the CW.
BobJohnsonUsed.com. It's your ultimate destination for high-quality vehicles at an accessible price. And it's all at one location. BobJohnsonUsed.com.
Bob Johnson Chevrolet. Bob Johnson Chevrolet. Bob Johnson Chevrolet.
It's a better place to buy a car.
So everybody pounding fluids here. Waterboy's getting a workout here tonight as it is going to be RH looking at a 2nd down and 6. McQuaid with 2 timeouts remaining. Here will be the handoff going ahead, and it's going to be a stop. Justin Medina getting stopped short of the marker to bring up 3rd down, another timeout. Bit of bonkers game here, our game recap here tonight. As this would be the first play on the timeout called, so we take a quick look here. Nesmith, 60 yards. That set the tone right off the bat, Dave.
Yeah, and you had a feeling it might be a long night for RH. DeMarco with the plunge from the goal line, extending the lead, 14-0 early. It was McQuaid. Before you get an answer from Justin Medina.
But then DeMarco showing how poised he is, directing traffic on the run. He's going to find his running back. It's over 300 total yards tonight on that play for number 4, Alan Nesmith. This play to Brown. Mangoni to Brown has been electric tonight, too. And then the go-ahead touchdown by Medina.
Yeah, lots of impressive players. I mean, unbelievable poise by both teams. Back and forth. Just punching and punching and punching. No stopping. There's Cox. The latest score from McQuaid.
Mangoni on 4th and 3. And this is the go-ahead points tonight. As we got to get it back to live action. As in live action here, our apologies, that will be stopped. So McQuaid gets the stop. They will use their last timeout. Wow. So with 2:06 remaining, McQuaid will get the ball back. I mean, I don't think RH would go for it here in their own territory.
Yeah, not just a stop, but a pushing back, I think, a yard or two. So now it'll be on the RH defense. Come up with a stop. And again, you know, both teams should be commended. No panic on either sideline. RH down early in this one, fighting back. McQuaid very familiar with this scenario of being down in a game and needing to score points late, having come off their 2 overtime win in Lancaster just last Friday night.
They're going to go for it. At least they're going to show they're going for it. And maybe this is Joe Montesano knowing his defense. They're tired. Nope. Is it going to be a quick kick? It is. There's the quick kick, and nobody's back here for McQuaid. What a well-executed play for RH on that. McQuaid had to respect the fact. And that's what having your quarterback as your punter. The all-around play of Brandon Mangoni, fantastic tonight. 1:55 remaining. No timeouts remaining. Now, a field goal would send it to overtime. That's how McQuaid won last week. And where would you have to get to if you're Reed Wilson? Probably the 20-yard line. I'm sure they're not thinking about that, though. What we can tell you, though, is that Ronan Walker's back out there.
Yep.
at the linebacker position.
And it'll be Mangoni and Perry on the back end of this defense, hoping to keep everything in front of them, avoid the big play.
Wow, it is loud here as DeMarco throws across his body. That's going to be caught on the far side. I believe it's caught. Yep, they're going to signal a catch, and it does stop the clock. Doesn't take much time off. That'll go up to the 30.
Yeah, RH going to need to keep that defense tight to the sideline, knowing that that's McQuaid's only method of stopping the clock short of an incompletion.
Here'll be the throw left side, and that'll be caught up to the 36. And there you see Wilson. He's already getting ready, Danger. Can he get in position here? There is no win whatsoever here tonight. 5 wide receivers. It's 1st and 10 at their own 36. DeMarco takes the snap. Quick throw, left side. And this is going to keep the clock running. Couldn't get out of bounds.
3 straight plays to the left side. Working that left sideline here. Now with the clock running, McQuaid facing a second and long.
Yep, as Cox. They will not spike it. As DeMarco takes the snap. DeMarco in the pocket. He's got a man wide open on the near side. It's GM40. GM40 turning it up. GM40 scooting out of bounds. He's got the first down. That's good enough for a Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations. The Tracy Door Company. You can see GM40 right in your screen saying, hey, over here, Will, I've got it.
Yeah.
He did find him in the end.
Yeah, you were working the left side of the field, and credit to Marco evading the pocket and keeping his eyes downfield, looking right and finding his open receiver.
That keeps the clock running, though, however. Up to the 48. Here's the snap. Throw to the far side. Trying to get to the boundary. It's going to be Nesmith. Nesmith first down, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 51 seconds remaining. They let 1 second go off, but it's good enough for a Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations. The Tracy Door Company.
It's just a well-placed pass, too. Just let him perfectly. Let Nesmith catch that at full speed and get out of bounds as quickly as possible.
50 seconds remaining. DeMarco takes the snap. DeMarco trying to buy time. He's backing up, and he's just going to throw it away.
Smart play.
Very smart as Cantello hobbling back to the line of scrimmage. One of those players in pursuit.
You know, these guys are just leaving it all on the field, aren't they? It's a special night. The inaugural night here at the new field, playing under the lights. I think Werner Kleemann would be smiling right now.
Stadium is rocking. DeMarco rolling to his left, has a man on the sideline. Is it in? Yes, and stepping out of bounds. That's going to be Xavier Cox.
Yeah, nice little toe tap on the sideline by Cox there to haul that in, and boom, that's in.
Wow.
Great catch.
Gain of 5. 3rd down and 5. Here's the snap. DeMarco, sidearm. Incomplete on the far side. Too far for a field goal attempt. 29 seconds remaining. 4th down coming up. Quagliarella, one of the receivers on the far side, and he's going to look at the play from Coach Bates and bring it in. Now, do the Royal Comets take a timeout here? I don't know if they do or not. Yeah, so the officials are saying put more time up on the clock. They put up 29 seconds. And a timeout is going to be called by RH.
Rush-Henrietta.
Rush-Henrietta calls a timeout.
Whew. Wow.
It's been a game. Not too bad.
What's this place going to be like if RH gets this stop here? This is going to be bonkers.
Well, everybody in this new field, this new stadium, they understand the importance of this play. After the timeout, hopefully you get fresh legs. On defense, Bobby Bates looking to dial up the perfect play here. Again, this is a McQuaid team that doesn't play with a lot of panic. They kind of always know that they can dial up a certain play here or there, get what they need. And we'll see what they have in store for this critical 4th and 5.
Well, they've got to, first of all, fix the clock. Okay, so we keep adding time somehow. It was at 29 seconds. Now it's up to 31. I guess it all doesn't matter for if you're RH if you get the stop. Yeah, they're loving it here. Sperry High School. Here's the game. DeMarco sends Cox in motion. DeMarco under pressure, setting up the screen. It's beautifully called. Good enough for the first down to the near side and out of bounds. Goes Nesmith. Wow, as soon as you saw danger, all the defensive linemen come in. I'm like, what a play call by Bobby Bates.
Almost like a delayed screen. And you see the rollout, and then you give it to your playmaker, Nesmith, doing what he needs to do, breaking a tackle, extending for the first down. And McQuaid still has life now with first down and 23 seconds left.
Now you are in the range of Reed Wilson, but it's a Tracy Door Company first down, by the way. We appreciate the sponsorship of Tracy Door Company. We're inside the iFamily of Dealerships red zone as well. 23 seconds remaining. First down. DeMarco has a man wide open on the near side, but he goes over to the middle. Caught touchdown! 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 McQuaid steals this one. Touchdown to number 3, Ace Erdman. Ace does it. And with 17 seconds remaining, that's an American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares.
I'm out of breath. This is amazing. And DeMarco showing patience with an open receiver, hitting Ace in stride for the touchdown and the lead.
Oh, what do you know? Well, that makes it a 3-point game on a bad snap. Game is not over yet, but McQuaid takes it the length of the field. Ace Erdman. The drive of the season, 10 plays, 78 yards.
Now, I might be wrong. I think we have 2 timeouts remaining for RH, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look at that touchdown again, though, Gino. And you'll see off to DeMarco's left. He's got a wide open receiver, but instead he knows he's got a guy getting behind that RH and Erdman. There's number 4 wide open. He's got Nesmith wide open in the flat. Keeps his eyes downfield.
Just the mechanics there, DeMarco, with the shoulders just to kind of present, then line it up.
Very impressive. But 17 seconds left, and it's only a 3-point game. And Mangoni can do it all.
Mangoni, right.
He hit a 35-yarder earlier. That would have been good from more than at least 40, I think.
Right, so maybe you get to the McQuaid 30, and a lot of this is going to have to do with the return. I would think you're squibbing this if you're McQuaid. You want to take off every second you can. There's Mangoni. One way or another, they're going to ask him to pull a rabbit out of his hat tonight.
Boy, and the support that this Royal Comets team has gotten tonight from their fans and their faithful.
Well, this was a turn of events.
They had the timer set for 10 o'clock, Gene. The timer was set for 10 o'clock. And Right at the start, right at 10 o'clock, the lights went out.
And everybody turning on their cell phone. We can't have the game end like this. No.
Well, what an additional memory for everybody in attendance here tonight.
Whoa.
Were they expecting us to not be here after 10 o'clock? Was
Either
10 o'clock lights out?
Or Werner Kleemann from above says, you know what, we need a little more time.
Yeah, let's get sorted.
Let's get this sorted out.
What can we do with this 17 seconds that we have left here to tie this game up?
Well, looking around in the press box, I can tell you up here.
We didn't lose power. The scoreboard is still illuminated.
Danger, you call it right on the money. That's just the timer. That's the timer going off. Yeah.
Somebody had one job, Gene. You had one job.
One job.
It's game night. I know you haven't played one in the history of your school. Amazing.
Yep, that's, well, we have the lights up here in the press box.
1964, Rush-Henrietta became a thing. Rush-Henrietta High School. For the first time since 1964, a home game under the lights, and somebody forgot to turn the timer off. Well, we are going to get a conclusion. The lights are back on.
Normally, high school games don't last, in regulation, 3 hours. That's where we're at here. Just tuning in, this will be the game of the year. McQuaid up by 3. Rush-Henrietta is going to have one last shot, but they don't have a lot of time to do it. Here's the return on the far side. The 15, the clock starts. Opportunity, and then it's going to be Jihad Perry up to the 35. 12 seconds remaining.
2 timeouts for Rush-Henrietta as well. We had some questions about that earlier. We got it confirmed from the officials on the field.
Well, if you're the home clock operator, this is where the benefit of every second. Maybe you get one play to midfield, maybe a Hail Mary. I think what this does, Danger, is it takes away the option here of a field goal. Mangoni, and can they get it up to midfield? Safeties are playing 20 yards off the ball as Mangoni's going to throw near side, and that's going to be up and caught. And that brings us down to 7.8 seconds to be exact, up to the 41.
Phoenix Joseph, get to call his name tonight before we come to a conclusion.
Coppers will be the receiver to the near side. Joseph, as well as Brown, will be to the far boundary. 2nd down and 5, but really it's the clock here. 2 plays left in this game, barring any penalties. Mangoni takes the snap. Mangoni fires near side of Coppers. Coppers gets out of bounds. They have the timeout anyways, up to the 50. It is good enough for a Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company. The linesman getting hit there, he's just going to try to walk it off. He's not wanting to stop here. And the officials are actually going to come over and make sure he's okay.
I also think that there's a little bit of a discrepancy as to when that play ended and when the clock actually stopped. I think you have a lot of fans kind of pointing at the scoreboard, wondering what happened there.
So how strong is the arm of Brandon Mangoni? All right, so they don't put any extra time up. 2.7.
And what's the rule here if you're on defense, Gene?
What does Tom Jackson say?
Knock it down. Knock it down. Knock it down.
Well, the cheerleaders sensing something is special happening. They're running over to that side of the field.
Bobby Bates feeling the anxiety. The end of a game. Well, it all comes down to this.
So they're having all sorts of trouble with the clock here. They want to put 4 seconds up, and they're having some difficulty doing it. The 40 went up. Now it's 0.4. I think you just keep it on the field here. Here's the last play in the game, barring any penalties. Mangoni takes the snap. Mangoni under pressure. Mangoni throwing it away. That's it. That's it. McQuaid storming the field. The Knights somehow pull this out. The game of the year, McQuaid defeating Rush-Henrietta 40-37 on a night, truthfully, where both teams deserve to win this game.
Absolutely. And credit to Bryson Terry, one of the big guys up front for McQuaid, getting that pressure on Mangoni, the final play of the game, not allowing him to get that ball downfield. And head coach Bobby Bates, how many more of these games can McQuaid win where they come from behind, they answer back, they do everything they need to do? And if you're Rush-Henrietta, no reason to hang your head, man. That was an unbelievable effort by both teams tonight. McQuaid getting the win late, 40-37. Wow.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This has been the law offices of Willie Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by the Bob Johnson Automotive Group. We will have the post-game with Kevin Roche coming your way next year on CW.
Willie Mattar has been a great brother, but I was surprised to learn how many people knew he was my brother.
William Mattar's on this?
Oh, brother.
Because when Big Insurance finds out that he's on a car crash case.
So who's on this?
They hired William Mattar.
Oh, brother.
Word travels fast.
You know, they got Mattar on this.
Mattar? Oh, brother.
Hurt in a car? Call my brother, William Mattar. 444-4444.
Hey, Rochester, now is the time to winter-proof your home. Is your house cold and drafty every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary weaker insulation. And the best part is you can save up to 80% with NYSERDA incentives and the federal tax credit while funds are available.
USA Insulation.
Don't settle for a less than perfect yard. Now is the time for change. Build your dreams today by enhancing the beauty and safety of your home with a new fence, porch, or deck from the Vinyl Outlet. Take advantage of our 60-60-60 sale. Get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60 months no interest financing or 60% off installation. A lifetime warranty is included. Act today. It's the best time to save on your new fence, deck, or porch. Schedule your appointment now.